So it's 4:18 p.m. So I have to make this video now. So I put in a community post more stalking and harassment from Starbreaker. And now the hotel that I just left from earlier this week, she admitted that in the sneaky comment section of that TI Watch blog from Stefan Adams. See, that's where they do it, like their midnight gossiping or their late night gossiping about us targeted individuals, and then they brag about their stalking crimes on a TI Watch blog, mocking and making fun of us and bragging about stalking us. So she tried to threaten me by saying, well, she tried to say, well, oh, the fact that you took a picture of an innocent person and at a hotel, and which the guy was not innocent. So other target individuals, they do it too, at hotels, motels, and whatever else, at their job, at their place of residence. So she admitted that she bragged and admitted about finding out what hotel I was at, and tried to say, well, it's not hard. Or all it took was 5 minutes to find out what hotel you were. Like, what? So then she wants to brag and admit that she's stalking me, and then try to justify it, and then make it like as if it's not stalking, and then try to reverse it on me and lie and say that I'm the one constantly stalking her. So as I said, the psychological and mental games that she's playing is really wearing me out. It's really wearing me out. And me taking a video of a perp with the Audi and everything, that's not her business. What hotel and motel I stay at, it's not her business. The short stories that I write, it's not her business. And she's just trying to, hunt and look for whatever reason to falsely accuse me of being a criminal. But she won't admit that she's a criminal stalker, though. She calls herself a gang stalking extraordinaire. And then try to gaslight targeted individuals and just, she ought to be locked up. So, she really thinks she has authority to comment on all of my life. And, I mean, as I said, she's the online version of Alex Dupree, but worse. She is worse she makes Chief Handler look like a saint. And then she lied and said, well, I didn't get your Amazon books taken down. I have no control over their decisions and stuff like that. No, you falsely reported my damn ebooks and then bragged about them before. So she tried to criminalize my short stories, or try to hunt for some reason to make like, oh, well, Candy's a criminal because if she wrote about this theme in a short story, then that's crimes normalized and or whatever. And then she tried to insult me by saying, oh, it shows that your reading comprehension is off, or whatever she was trying to say. So they're stalking all my videos, stalking my blog, stalking my short stories, stalking on my Twitter, stalking everything I do, everything. So I heard that the human trafficking gang stalking network, what they'll do is stalk and watch and follow a target's every move, and even if they gotta lie on you, set you up, try to get you destroyed, try to ruin your life, set you up to get locked up in a mental institution or jail. And then once they succeeded at entrapping, that's why they keep me homeless, so that's more activity that they can. I have less privacy, and that's more people stalking me, and that's more harassment, and they getting paid more money, and that's how that's trafficking. So I heard that with other targets, they say that too, that they're forced to be a prisoner of war, and they gotta stay inside because they feel like if they stay inside their house, the perps make less money off of them when they stay inside their house. But then once they go to the grocery store or go run errands, like first, if they get a Social Security check on the 3rd of the month, or 1st of the month SSI check, then they get so much harassment and targeting. So As I said, Stephon Adams and Starbricker, they are online human trafficking perps. They participate in human trafficking. So I didn't even realize that this was the what human trafficking was about. To try to target and stalk a person's every move and then trap them into either jail or the mental institution. Because you speak out the truth about injustices in the world, and then once they got you, then they want to try to make you offers to sell out and try to make like as if they want you to sell your soul, they want you to prostitute, they try to, be your pimp. That's why I start Bricker and J Demon Rotten shit. They stalk everything I do and act like they think they own me. They think they delusionally believe they're my handler. And then Stephon Adams had nerve to lie and say that Candy has never produced any humility or something like that, he said. Candy has never shown any humility. Well, you haven't even seen all my videos, I don't think. So, and then they also brag and laugh and mock targeted individuals who have shot and killed people. Like, Gavin Long, Myron May. Well, I don't think Myron May killed nobody. And who else, whatever, the gunmen, who shot and did this and that, whatever. But, I have no weapons. I'm no threat. And, but it's like they need to stop trying to ruin people's lives and trying to antagonize and provoke and destroy people. And, as I said, I'm just psychologically and mentally worn out. And then Starbricker try to lie and say, well, the real reason why Candy puts a trash bag on the seat on a bus because she wets herself and she needs to learn how to do some adulting and grow up. And she's still like a little child and this and that, when she knows the program. But she getting paid to fuck with my mind and gaslight me. And as I said, I try to block everything, and they just keep harassing. Like they have a license to do it. And they try to pretend to be innocent and self-righteous. And then they call us targets. They call us narcissistic and entitled and stuff. What business is, you don't have the right to, and then she threatened to call up, she tried to say, well, she was lucky I didn't call up that motel. Well, it wasn't a motel, it was a hotel. But she tried to say, well, it only took 5 minutes. You actually wasted your time, took the time to go and figure out what hotel I was staying at and what restaurants I've been ate at. That's why I say, lady, you got a lot to go to hell for. And as I said, they think that they're more powerful than God. And then she tried to make it like as if, she's skewed the stories or whatever, or something she was saying. I don't remember exactly, but she tried to make it like, it's the same themes over and over again. Or it's the same story. Somebody live a sinful life or do this and do that, and then they turn to Jesus and talk about soul winning or soul saved. And then she's like, it's the same theme every story. Well, if you're having a problem or an issue, I'm being drained. It's like she wants to force herself to be disgusted with me. Just like if you hate somebody that much, why the fuck are you stalking for years and do not give up? So as I said, closer to me and my twin sister's birthday, and they're trying to do me in. And while I'm on camera, it's now 4:27. They had at least 3 online perps that's made false promises to send me donations, and then they stood me up and lied to me. Like they had this fake perp from, I guess, Scotland, and he claimed to be chronically ill. He probably was lying. Claimed to be chronically ill and receiving disability benefits. And then he lied and said that he PayPal'd me. He lied and said that he PayPal'd me 20 British pounds, more like $25, I guess he was trying to say. And he lied and said he sent it, and I told him, well, I never received it. And then he ignored me and went AWOL on me. So right after this video, I'm about to, I screenshot whatever he said. I'm about to block his ass. It's like they wait till you at the lowest, at your lowest, and play all these freaking games. Just like when I went through a Hurricane Sally, and people were lying and say, "Oh, I sent you such and such amount of money," and it's like I never received it. And I'm like, this is a hurricane. This is a life and death situation. Why are you playing with me like this? So it's like really not right what's going on. And then it's like if you're 62 years old bullying a 38-year-old, and then she narcissistically over exaggerated my age, thinks she got the authority to dictate what my age is. I'm 38, going on 39 in 6 more days. So, think it's funny to get people kicked out of every hotel, restaurant, library, every place of business, and think it's funny to get people fired from jobs. Think it's, like the stuff I mentioned about Sky Zone, that had nothing to do with her. So she meddled in my business and called up Sky Zone, showed them my videos, and had the police come. And I don't know what she told them, And so she keeps lying on me and saying that I'm committing crimes of incitement to murder, or that I deleted this video or that video and stuff. When she deliberately twists everything I say and she try to lie and say that the police even said I'm a criminal. And if like she had the police do a fake welfare check on me last May, I think it was, and when she lied on me, and so the police said that, oh well, you don't look like you're mentally, I forgot. They said it looked like I was mentally okay, and that I didn't look like I was a threat, or like I was mentally downtrodden or whatever. So they let me go, but as I said, they acted like they wanted me to volunteer myself. They wanted to offer me this whatever shelter, and I said, I know there ain't really no shelters over here, so I didn't trust getting in the car with them. So, and I didn't even get to get that on film because I think I remember I don't think it was my battery was low. I think my storage space was too full on my phone that day. At that moment. So she's called it's like she treat me like she thinks she's my babysitter by calling up places and an online stranger trying to police my behavior and all the stuff she's seeing people do to me, but she thinks I deserve it. But all this fighting tooth and nail and begging and pleading for them to leave me alone and stay out of my life, stop stalking, following, and harassing me. and but as I said, I'm just letting y'all know that she's been bullying me and stalking all my entire life, in the way she wants to stalk my life off the internet and my real life, and going to try to just get me banned from everywhere and then brag and laugh about it. But if she get locked up and go to jail or prison, and J. Demon Rotten shit, whoever, all these other online harassers, and people like Star Bricker is the type of person who will lie in court. So what if she would take me to court and get caught lying, and then she go to prison for perjury or something? Or she the type to lie under oath and think she can get away with it. I'm surprised she hasn't been locked up yet. But I wonder what does her satanic Mormon cult say about, oh yeah, because Mormons and fake Jehovah's Witnesses, they're involved in the New World Order and gang stalking also. Yeah, so she's part of the fake Mormon cult. And it's like, as I said, wanting to force control my behavior. And she tried to talk about, oh, well, you writing short stories about people lining up to get whipping with a belt. Oh, that's criminal. That's abuse and stuff. I'm like, I'm basically writing certain short stories based on certain she tried to make like as if I know nothing at all about life. And if I don't know anything about life, it's because the foster mom kept us overly sheltered as kids. I mean, a lot of time, and then she tried to make it like I don't have a right to speak on things I never experienced. So, I mean, I write what I want. And then she tried to falsely accuse me of normalizing and glorifying and promoting animal abuse and animal neglect and stuff like that. And she needs to stay off my blog. And then she's more mad. Like, it's like whenever I expose the truth about her, she attacks me and even more and try to get me shut down. She got some of my ebooks shut down. She got she probably was one of the main people who got my GoFundMe shut down. She got my ebook shut down. She got my first Psych World channel shut down. She nearly succeeded at getting my main targeted by the Psych World channel shut down. She attacked this channel. She tried to attack the targeted the targeted by the Psych World backup channel. She nearly succeeded at wiping out. She nearly succeeded at wiping out my Twitter. She was cyber stalking me when I had the Instagram. And she even created fake sock puppet accounts after I blocked her. So it's basically online, there's no way to escape. And they want to stalk and bully all your activity online. So we're hoping that you will stay off the internet and never get online again. So just like with J Demon Rotten shit, when she started stalking and following and harassing me and bullying me and threatening me and stuff, which is criminal. Where was Starbreaker's concern for that? But all her criminal activity, she tried to make it like it's out of concern for your safety. Both of those ladies are freaking psychopaths, obsessed stalker psychopaths. Like you obsessed with another woman, and everybody called me demonic and sick. So I mean, it's like, I think I talked about this before. How Starbreaker started harassing me over a comment that I mentioned about the rain, like with the gang stalking in the Truman Show. I said, "Wow, even the rain revolves around me," and or some other video in 2019, and she made a harassing comment in October 2019. Of course, I thought it was a man at first, but I blocked her. And then about a week later or so, I didn't make the connection. I'm sitting here fighting to survive, severely sleep deprived. She probably don't even know what it's like to be days of sleep deprived. So me being sleep deprived, me so busy with trying to survive, I didn't realize that was the same person who made the harassing comment because I so quickly, screenshot and then block, and then didn't even remember that was the same person who made a fake apology and then donated $10. And then after that, later on, she was doing stuff behind the scenes. And then when she bragged and laughed and admitted that she was the one who got my first Psych World channel wiped out. After I came off the second suspension, she went and hunted for old videos just to justify getting them wiped out. And it's like YouTube gives me the run around. Like that first Psych World channel, I should be able to get that channel back. And the Target about the Psych World backup channel, I ought to be able to get that one back functioning like normal. So my Target about a Psych World channel, the backup channel, that's my oldest YouTube channel, and I think it doesn't have all that many views. But on this Candy Grand Prix channel, I have a lot of haters, but I checked and I realized I have over 386,000 views. Over 386,000 views on my YouTube profile. And I had this account for a few years, but I recently started doing videos on this channel because they were attacking my other channels. So, you know, Starbricker is trying so hard to get me locked up in a mental institution, and hoping that someone will hurt or kill me. And why is it okay why would she be okay with it's okay for a dude to have an Audi, but I'm not allowed to have a job or work for a vehicle, or I'm not allowed to have a place to live, and you're just discriminating and bullying somebody who you think is crazy. So you want to try to force control somebody's behavior while you have criminal bad behavior that they say online stalking or cyber stalking is a felony, and then she keeps copying off of Alex Dupree, with reversing it on me and lying, saying I'm stalking and following her everywhere. I don't even be trying to think about this lady, but this lady want to try to force me to have her on my mind because she keeps being so invasive into my life. And so after and I'm not done because I need to do a part 2 of the timeline of her. And that's what she do. Like whenever I expose what she does, she try to falsely report me and get me taken down and try to silence me. She puts her own name up on certain other websites, like on Stephon Adams' website. She put her legal name up there, calling herself gang stalking extraordinaire. I'm anonymous too, Starbricker. That's her freaking name. She would harass and stalk me on my blogs. Even the first blog, well, it wasn't my first blog, but the other blog on that WordPress that I had. She was stalking and following, and her making harassing comments on there. And she would harass me on Twitter and meddle in my business for stuff that has nothing to do with her. And so, I mean, I'm doing a timeline, not singling her out, but I've been doing a timeline on a lot of the online stalkers who've been continuously harassing me. So even Alex Dupree mainly about the only one I'm sitting here wondering is he dead or something? I don't know. But all I know is I'm glad I don't see or hear from him no more. So it looks like as if the telephone Scatologia perp took over. So I'm just glad that I don't hear from Alex or see him no more. I'm just glad he left me alone. So nobody want to take me seriously. Nobody want to believe me. I'm hoping he's locked away in prison, but if he's a protected Freemason, then he damn sure ain't locked in prison. But that's what I've put it out there and exposed the idea, the online gang stalkers and the ones in person, that they harass, trigger, and try to push your buttons. And Starbricker is using certain psychological warfare tactics to try to push someone to want to give up on life. And she try to pressure you to just go ahead and say it. But then I'm sitting here trying to have faith in the Lord Jesus Christ and trying to rise above that, try to ignore, try to better myself, trying to improve my life, and she keeps destroying and ruining. She mocks my faith in Jesus Christ while she's in a cult. She cannot call me a hypocrite as long as she's a cult member. She needs to find the real Jesus Christ. So how are you going to modify somebody's behavior when you're a bully? Her and J. Demon Rotten shit and my twin sister and all the freaking others. Like, and then they want to keep calling you paranoid and delusional and crazy and insane. Well, if you don't like somebody, but you continuously stalking, and the more you stalk and harass me, that's the more I'm going to keep reporting on you. Any of y'all. So, It's like they want to try to bully you in submission and act like bullying you into submission and act like they want to try to act like they want to try to make you learn your lesson for speaking out against what they did to you. So she keeps making justifications for why she has to stalk and follow. She even plainly admitted on Stefan Adams' website, she admitted that she follows me everywhere. Like she following all of my activity online. Who the hell has time to freaking do that? As many videos as I make, who the fuck has time to stalk every video that I do, every blog post that I make, every tweet on Twitter, and every other online activity? And got something to say about everything I do. But what if the tables were turned and Star Bricker got locked up in prison? What if Alex Dupree got locked up in prison? What if my twin sister got locked up in prison? What if J. Demon Rotten Shit got locked up in prison? What if that Errol Young perp got locked up in prison? What if Kimberly Harper and MK Farrer, what if they got locked up in prison? Then they would shut up. And then that prison would make them reflect on their own behavior. Y'all so repulsive.